As we've done with all of our effects, we'll pull in the modulate value over time. So I can just look up a time compound. I'll pull that in, and we'll use it to drive the rate. Again, our base value should be very small. And I definitely want to make sure it's set to loop. I'll set all of my keyframes to spline interpolation once again. And we're getting an interesting effect, something like that, where we're getting a little bit of a pause between ejections. And of course, if I start to work the function curves, I'll have that work a little better, where we have a little more time between cartridge ejections. So we get a spray, nothing, and another spray, nothing. So that should work out pretty well. Now what we want to do, of course, is use the weight value of our clip to drive it. So again, if we have our base value in mind of 10 particles being ejected over time, we can take our weight and multiply that value by 10. Again, anytime our weight is 0, 10 multiplied by 0 is 0, so that'll help control our base value of 0. And let's go with something like that. So at the moment, when I press play, no particles should be ejected, but the instant I drag my value up, we do get some shells being ejected here. Now, it looks like there's far too much chaos for the number of shells that I've got ejecting here, so perhaps what I'll have to do is multiply my scalar value by something considerably higher. So we're getting these nice little sprays going on right here. Just tons of shells being ejected. That might be too much. We could try a value that works a little better, that looks a little more reasonable. Try something like 20. 20 or 30 should probably be good. The next thing I'd probably want to do is set up some kind of spin parameter on my particles. So as the shells are falling, they're actually spinning as well. So we can do that by using a spin particle compound, which is an orientation compound. And I want that spun over the particle's life, not on the first frame. So I'll insert a new port into my ice tree. And you can see how the shells are now ejecting. I can have them spin quite a bit faster if I want to. And I can also randomize their spin rate. So each particle spins at a different rate. So I'll go in and randomize that by range. And I'll have a spin rate that's, say, between 1 and 3. 3 might be a little fast. But again, that doesn't look too bad. I have the particles set to tumble. So we could even try other techniques like spiraling. In this case, spiraling looks like it works a lot better. We're getting a lot of rotational velocity on our shells. Let's try this a little slower. Let's try a slow value of, say, 0.1. So we get some fast spinning particles and some slow spinning particles. And our effect is starting to look pretty darn good. So we've got 3 layers working together. I think what I might do just visually in my graph here is just go back to the bullet tracer. If I open up its ice tree, just press Alt-9, I'm going to check out the particle scale. And it looks to be a little too thick, so I'll set the scale to something like 1 in X and Z. So now when I'm working my graph, I get these much finer tracers. So the next part to this effect here would be making sure that the particles acting as shells will actually bounce and stick to the ground once my character, once they've gone through their life in the air.